Hey guys, Idris here from Just Another Night. As you all know, today I'm finally going to be doing the review for DCeased. I know you guys have been waiting for it from the very first video I did, but like I said, it's finally here. Before we jump into it, make sure to comment down below, let us know what you guys have been up to and what you guys have been reading. Or if you've got any recommendations for us, be sure to also like and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the comic is written by Tom Taylor. It was published back in 2019, I believe it was in May. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. The thing that drew me to this comic was its artwork. I mean, that cover alone is astonishing. I saw it in my local store, absolutely loved it, and fortunately my friend Kate, she picked it up for me for Christmas, so shout out to her. It's a really good story and the artwork suits it very, very well. I'm not a major fan of very detailed artwork, but for this it works. There are very scenes and very small details that you do need to pay attention to, and it does come up throughout the story, so having it detailed to that level is amazing. Especially when it comes to certain scenes, there's a lot of blood, guts and gore going on as well, and it just adds to the whole nightmarish theme going around it. So let's get into the story. So the story begins with the Justice League taking on Darkseid. There's a bit of a fight coming on, but the point you join in is towards the end of this. The Justice League soon find out that Cyborg's been taken, that is no around, and Darkseid's essentially captured him to release the AntiLife Equation. For those of you who don't know and don't follow DC, the AntiLife Equation was essentially a sort of virus to take over superior beings for Darkseid to control. You soon learn that the equation's been corrupted, and in an attempt to save Apocalypse, Darkseid sends Cyborg back. But it's a bit too late, and you see Darkseid gets corrupted and ends up destroying Apocalypse. What happens is, the equation is corrupted in such a way that it's become a virus with the sole intent of destruction and destroying. But it almost mimics a sort of zombie virus. The weird thing about this is it spreads through technology, so it spreads through the internet and various screens. So one of the key points throughout the story is to destroy as many screens as possible. It spreads quite rapidly, and a great thing about this story is that it involves a huge array of characters. You are following multiple people, but their stories converge into one point, which is a really good way of doing this. You don't feel like you've missed anything or you've been sort of left out of one character's loop. You can see how everything comes together really well. It is an amazing story, and because it's so recent, there's a lot of spoilers I don't want to give away, but there's a few huge aspects involved, and that is the passing of mantles. One key person is Batman, who hands his mantle over to his son Damian Wayne, and the other is the Green Lantern. Hal Jordan gets taken out, and so Diana Drake, she gets the ring. It's a really good story. It's very gruesome, there's a lot going on, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to read as well. Especially because it's pretty much an Armageddon story, like it's the apocalypse. And it's an amazing book, hands down. So, from the release of this, it has gotten quite a lot of awards and a lot of traction. And that's kind of expected, because like I said, it's a really great story. They have announced that they're going to be doing the next issue. So what I have here is the hardback issue, which are issues 1 to 6, as well as a sort of sub-story, which was, I believe, A Good Day to Die. That involves John Constantine and a few others. There is another sub-story, I believe, and I think it's the Unkillables. I can't quite remember, but that's one I haven't gotten around to reading just yet. I am excited for the second issue to come out, because the way this has been left off, it's quite... although it's wrapped up the story, there's a lot more that can happen, in a sense. So I'm definitely excited to pick that up once it's out. So if you do plan on picking it up, I do highly recommend you get the hardcover edition. I mean, one of the great things about it is that there's a lot of bonus features. The first being A Good Day to Die. It's sort of sewn into the story amongst the remaining issues, but also just the artwork at the end, it's amazing. There's quite a few that have been added to it. Dark Side being one of my favourites. I mean, that purple looks great, especially seeing those characters zombified. There's also a few little goodies and some posters. One of them has a reference to the Stephen King It novels, which is pretty good. So yeah, definitely go check it out. So, time for a few of my opinions. As you have already guessed, like, I absolutely love it. Like I mentioned earlier, it's probably one of my favourite comic books to date. I'd happily read it over and over again and can't wait for it to come out as either an animated film or even a series. I'm definitely looking forward to the second issue. Like, there's a lot that happens that it can be enjoyed by all, to be honest. It is quite gruesome, so I wouldn't exactly recommend it for the younger generation, but teens, adults, everyone would enjoy this, hands down. For me, what makes it so great is that it uses such a large entourage. You see villains and heroes uniting to take on a common threat. It's one of the storylines that really intrigues me a lot as well. It's not something that happens often. I think the last thing in terms of DC that it happened with was the Injustice games and the Injustice comic book stories. But again, one of my favourite and definitely recommended to everyone. So guys, that's the end of the video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like I said, it's an amazing story, so definitely go check it out. I know a lot of you are going to enjoy it, so there's no reason not to. Also, be sure to comment, like and subscribe. Tell us how things are going for you guys. Are you having fun in quarantine? Are you guys reading anything new, or is there anything you guys recommend? And you can keep in touch with us on our Instagram and Twitter as well. We're always putting up some new information on a game or an upcoming movie. So make sure you guys are following us over there as well. So, hope you're all staying safe. Bye for now.